know, it was weird. Like, so. Fuck! Let me call you right now. Oh, fuck.
What was that?
Fuck. I'm gonna take somebody. You okay?
This is why men say the hardest thing for women is accountability. They lack it. They don't understand it. Here's a absolutely ridiculous, stupid ass woman who thought it was a good idea while driving with her kids in the back, did a live stream. It's like, while driving. It's like, and then this is what we're talking about, where no one is honestly understanding the repercussions of what we are doing to women. Where we are validating women. Where women have such huge egos. They're narcissists. Where we are, we are showing that, oh, you need to find clout. You need to get clout. You need, like, where women, you need to do whatever you can to live the life of luxury, live the life of, you don't, need to work hard. You just do the social media shit to gain clout and possibly money. Because this is a thing where we are deluding women, right? We are deluding women. It's like every woman is now seeking online validation, online clout, seeking the luxury that you see online. And there's repercussions to it, okay? Kids are suffering when they're doing these stupid challenges. Adult women are absolutely egotistical and narcissistic. They're doing stupid things without really putting a whole lot of thought into it. Honestly, it's making people stupider. And the lack of understanding the real world. That you think it's a logical thing, it's a good thing to drive with your kids in the back while you're doing a live stream. Where honestly, you are pooling your attentions to different things. I swear to God, I believe, right? I believe she killed the guy too. And second, I also believe that someone other said that I don't know this woman like that. I don't know this woman at all. But I'm just slowly watching things unfold. That she went online after a while to beg for money to help her out because of probably legal issues or whatever. It's like this. We are creating a generation of people, particularly women, who don't understand accountability, who are absolutely delusional, absolutely hypocrites, absolutely like they don't live in the real world, right? They think that they are the center of the world. We are creating a honestly unhealthy group of adults.
Nah, this update is crazy. As you guys know, a TikToker was live streaming while driving and hit a man with her vehicle who later passed away.
I don't know, it was weird. Like, so. Fuck!
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
What was that?
She even went to begging for monies, claiming for her mental health.
Able to have the part of me, I'm saying, where, I'm not distracted or anything like that. Yeah, my Cash App up there if y'all want to support while I'm on mental leave. I'm like asking y'all for shit.
You got back on live with other creators. They talking about your mental health. What about the mental health of the family of the guy that you hit, bro? His name was Darren Lucas. He literally was minding his business. You have kids in the car. You're keeping your eyes on the live stream the whole time, reading comments. Then you got him. Now, police did say they have seen the live streams and they're using that. But also that she didn't flee the scene when it happened. She waited until everything was done before she left. You worried about getting Cash App money, talking about dropping albums and stuff? Shawty, you about to be in jail. And for those of you that's still supporting her after she just did that, bro, I swear, bro, no accountability whatsoever.
You murdered a man while driving and hosting a TikTok live panel with your kids in the backseat, and then had the audacity to jump back on TikTok live a couple days later to ask us to send you money to your Cash App to support your mental hiatus. Bitch, if you don't just come on here and say that you need the money for a criminal defense attorney because you done murdered an innocent man who was heavily loved by his community, just say that, because you're going to jail. TikToker Tea Time, she's a messy talk creator. This bitch was driving while hosting a TikTok live panel with her babies in the back seat, hit a man, which you can hear clear as day in the little clip, which I'm not going to play because it is honestly very disturbing because you can hear her hit the man and then you hear her kids telling some, who was that? The craziest part about it is I really am seeing people make think pieces and comments talking about some, well, she pulled over, she stayed, she called 911, she waited until they were there, she didn't leave the scene. Are we rewarding fish for swimming? That's crazy. It's the simple fact that she made a green screen on her TikTok live so TikTok would not flag her for driving, because if you're a content creator in the slightest capacity, you know that you cannot be on live. You can't even post a video of you driving or it's going to be flagged. So you knew what you were doing was wrong. Rest in peace to Darren Lucas, who was very loved by his community and his family. Put the phones down. There is nothing on this earth that is so urgent and important that it is worth putting multiple lives at risk. There are now multiple lives affected and uprooted by a simple accident that was 110% avoidable. I know money be made on these TikTok live panels, but there is no amount of money that was made that was worth someone's life.
My mutual just killed someone while they were live streaming and driving. Let that sink in for you guys real quick. She was live streaming and driving at the same time, and guess what? She had kids in the back. I don't know why so many people feel as though they got a live stream 24/7, like they're their own reality TV show, and they do it in the most, and you're not even safe about it. During her live stream, she looks up, she looks down, looks back up, and then you hear a sound, and it's obvious that she hit someone, and the kids scream in the back. The thing is, she stayed at the scene. She was very cooperative. But I'm guessing she did not tell them that she was live streaming. Because after, when she realizes she hit someone, because she says it, she ends the live. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just so baffled by this. She ends the live, but now video is coming up of this live stream. So the police are clearly now reinvestigating what just happened. I need to sit with this, but I want to talk about this because this is going to be a big topic on TikTok. And we got to talk about it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let me say this, right? I don't know if this is going to be controversial, but I think women use postpartum as such a get out of jail tool for whatever they would do whatever they can and use the excuse of postpartum. I think that, because here's my thing: even adults can get injured in a gym. Adults, right? One that can move, one that is stronger, whatever. Adults get injured in gyms. To put your child, your newborn, in my honest opinion, an environment not made for babies. Gyms aren't even made for kids. Right? I think a lot of gyms don't even allow kids in there. Is honestly irresponsible. Because here's the thing: if you think working out helps you postpartum, cool. Why aren't you jogging, walking, right? Put your baby in a stroller and walk. You can walk miles. You could, and if you need a bunch of people around you, you could walk in populated areas. You could get a group of moms. I mean, like, this is a thing where, I just feel like women they want to do whatever they want to do, right? We have created a society where women have no regulations or rules put on them, particularly when they have ways to excuse bad behavior. So, I just think that this is irresponsible of her, and it shows. You know how false allegations constantly weakens actual terrible things that happen to women, and it does, in my opinion. Things like this, in my opinion, weakens the vitality, the validity of postpartum, right? In my opinion.
Oh, and this is like the last thing I'm going to say. It's the first of the month, so I'm just going to get all my hot takes out. I don't give a fuck what happens to any black man on this app, including being shot in the neck by a white man who has still not been arrested. I don't care, because these are the same men that said that they're not going to vote for black women unless they get child support forgiveness. We need to understand that black men ask for people to not take their lives seriously, to not care if someone unjustly shoots them or uses excessive force on them. They told us that they don't give a fuck about none of that. All they care about is child support forgiveness. So I don't give a fuck if there's a story of a black man hanging from a tree or anything else at this point. I don't care anymore. I care about what's happening to black women, but not black men. Because again, these are the same men that said they don't give a fuck about anything else but child support forgiveness. Stop.
I said this before, and I'll clarify it. I believe that internet black women are the biggest hater of black men, right? They're the biggest hater of black men, where, in all honesty, you don't even see it. Right? You don't see it, and you don't understand. Like, hate like this right? Hate like this, and then you don't realize that. You don't realize that if you show hate like this, you will get hate in return, right? You will get hate in return. Because here's the thing: where we have there's a divide right now where we don't understand each other. We don't care about each other. We can't empathize for each other. We can't see what it's like to be in the other person's shoes. We can't, right? Child support has never been a good thing for men, right? And you gotta think about this, right? If you had to force a man to give you money to support his child, then you picked wrong. I'm sorry. I'll be blunt. You should have never given that type of man a child. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. So at the end of the day, that is your cross to bear, in my opinion, right? You should have done better. You should have picked better. Because this is the thing, I find it funny with a lot of women, right? So you have the right to choose whether you can keep a baby or not. A man has no say. You have a right to, for your, like women say, like the pro-life thing or the pro-choice thing where, women want the right to either, keep or not keep a baby. Yet you do not support the men having the right to whether they want a child or not. That's the hypocrisy in it, right? That's the hypocrisy in it. And then you think that men should support you for what? Again, this is the thing where honestly women need to come to the table and change up. Women need to, because how can you be supportive of if women have the right to choose, yet you don't support if men have the right to choose? Again, I'm more supporting like you should make it where it's 50-50 custody, but you don't need his child support. He should be active in his child's life. Now, if he's not, well, I'm sorry, you picked wrong. That's your fucking fault. No, again, in today's day and age, no woman is forced to be with a man. No woman is forced to give a man a child. Right? It's her choice, and she made stupid choices.
Bro, they trying to make me clean all these dishes back here by myself. Do I have to all this done in time?
Yes, ma'am, by 12 o'clock.
By myself?
Yes, what the hell you think you applied for?
What happened if I don't?
You fired. Fuck you think you applied for the job for? Fuck you crying for? Do the fucking dishes.
This is something that I think a lot of young adults don't realize how tough the world is. I told my daughter, like, stay as a child as long as possible. The mindset, right? Because once you get into the adult world, you can't go backwards. There's also something that I wanted to say that I find a lot of women, what would I say? Funny, right? Funny in a way. Where, so you trade having a man you supposedly love, right? You supposedly care for. Trade him in to be by yourself, to work under another man that you don't care for, that you still have to do the same shit for. I can never understand that. I mean, I guess, right? You want to be free, but are you? Are the majority of women free, right? Are you really free from a man or free from oppression? Because essentially, being an adult is always oppressive, right? We can all agree with that. Bills, jobs, dealing with people. It's always some form of oppression or some form of labor or whatever. So, I'm all for it, right? I'm a big supporter of equality. So I love it that women are out here working. I love it. I do not complain that women are working. I think all women should be working. I think all women should be equally providing. But when they had the man taking up either 100% or the majority of the financial pressure, they hated it. Women hated it. And even today, women supposedly hate it too. So it's funny that now they don't realize that now a lot of women and other women before you have created where you have 100%, financial pressure. I'm seeing more and more, right? Women complaining about their jobs, women quitting, women, like, really a whole lot of women just talking how they hate working, how they hate their job and all this stuff. It's like, okay, I mean, it's kind of the world that you created. So you complaining about it is kind of funny. It is kind of funny. So I don't know, right? I said this before, where I'm just saying that, you know what? I think people should just sit back and watch the world. Let's see the consequences. Let's see if your choices in life bear fruit.
One thing that people don't understand about being a woman in your 20s is how complicated regulating your emotions can be when there's so many new experiences, so many new people, and you're only just learning adulthood and what comes with it. As a woman, it can definitely be very complicated to understand how to
be normal, as everyone says. I think I do okay. All things considered, obviously, as a woman, naturally you deal with a lot of hormonal changes and stuff like that that play a part in your emotional regulation, anyways. And then dealing with the things that life comes with on top of that, it can be a lot. But you know, I think every woman does what they can in their own way.
You're welcome. This is the thing where I don't understand with women, is that for years, maybe decades, right? Maybe centuries, women have complained that men objectify them, women that men sexualize them, okay? Women that men only value women for their bodies and youth, right? That's it. Now, in the time where women are the most free than ever before, I mean, I guess they're taking back their sexuality, right? Women are producing the same results. You are objectifying yourself to give men even easier access to objectify you. It's like, I don't know, maybe, again, I'm not a woman, right? So I don't understand it. So instead of controlling, right, how men view you, in the sense that you're not going to allow strangers to objectify you, right, easily, right? I mean, I'm not telling women to wear burqas, but like, is that comfortable? Does that feel good? It's like literally pants unbuttoned, pretty much wearing nothing underneath that tank top. Now, again, like I said, men don't mind. This is the thing where men would not cry. Men would not complain that women do that. Men are not complaining. Women think that, oh, let me take back my sexuality. Okay, great. Men aren't complaining. Men are not complaining. But again, how does that help with women? How does that support women? It only feeds into the dangers, into the negativity, right? It feeds into bad men's habits, right? I think same thing with OF, right? Women perpetuate it, women push it. It feeds into the negativity of men. It feeds into, the poison, the toxicity of men. So I don't understand when women have the power, right? They do exactly the same thing. I really don't understand it, okay? You would think that when women have the power, they would be more conservative, where, no, I ain't allowing you to view me. By my own hands, right? I'm not going to allow you to sexualize me by controlling how you see me. I mean, now whatever he does is what he does. I'm talking about accountability, where what do you do? Women do, again, men don't complain. Men love women doing this. Hell, men wouldn't mind women dressing less. So you literally, I mean, women say that they're doing it for themselves, but are they? I've heard more women say that dressing in sweats and hoodies is more comfortable than dressing like that. I don't know. I just find that when you have the power, you do the same thing that if men had the power. Kind of defeats the purpose, in my opinion.
Y'all thought I was playing when I said that shit the other day? These parents really be out here every day like it's the first day of school, y'all. Watch how they wave by. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her.
So I'm going to give her context to that video in a little bit, but by just that video, it seems like she's bitter. Seems like she's miserable, right? I really don't understand what purpose, any purpose to that video, right? Any purpose, but she does give one, so let's check it out.
My post was never to bash parents for loving their kids. It was never for me to say, oh, look at those parents, like making fun of them. Nothing about that. It was never about the lack of love that children get. It was never about the world that we live in. It was simply the fact that all of those parents, I see them every morning, and everything that they do is like robots. They're all in sync with each other. And I thought it was funny. That's why I said, look at them. Look how they wave, y'all. Look, look, look. And they all waved in unison like this. And then all the comments just start coming in from all the...
I don't know how that made it better. I don't know how, when you give context to it, how that made it better. She literally still made fun of them, right? She made fun of these parents for, okay, acting the same. So what? It's like, you have two choices, not wave or wave. These parents love their kids, so they wave goodbye. It's like when you try to find the flaws or the miserableness in it, you will find it, right? So you think that these parents all waving at the same time when the bus is leaving, all their kids are leaving at the same time. So it just amazes me where your context does not really give justification for what you post. It doesn't make it better. It still shows that although you weren't making fun of them for loving their kids, you're making fun of them for, or you find it funny for them all loving their kids, right? I mean, to show love. I mean, it's just, this is the point where if you are a miserable person, okay, if you are unhappy with life, if you, and I see this a lot, right? When you see women or men probably more than women, but when you see other people in relationships, you're unhappy. But same thing with men, right? When people see other people happy, but in their own life, they're miserable some way, they will find flaws in the other person's life. They will find flaws to make them feel better, right? Make them feel better. Oh, my parents never did that. Look at these jokers, right? They're all robots. They're all doing the same thing, loving their kids. Oh, what? Again, this is where people don't have any self-reflection skills. You can't really understand that. Yes, they're all waving at the same time because all their kids are leaving at the same time. Again, you have two choices to make at that moment: either wave or don't wave. Obviously, they love their kids, so they're waving goodbye to their kids. I find it like it's not that hard of a concept to say it's robot, to say they're doing all the same things. Like, they're doing the same thing because it's the same situation they're all experiencing at the same time. They're all experiencing the same situation at the same time. So again, it's just, this is where we have to recognize misery loves company. So when miserable people are miserable, they're going to try to spread that miserableness. Okay, I found nothing funny about that, but people like this do.
If you're white, you will not be able to relate, but I am tired of watching shows because it's all white people. I'm literally scrolling through like TV shows, movies, this, and it's all white. It's all white people. Do you know what it feels like to want to watch something and just see a little bit of, just a little bit? I was watching, what did I just start watching? And the only reason why I clicked on it was, I'm watching Three Women. Only reason why I clicked on it is because there was in the Three Women, is two white women. Of course, you can't have two black women. That's too much for the society. So it's two white women and one black woman. And it's talking about like their story. I'm literally fast forwarding to the black woman's story because I am so sick and tired. It's quite literally exhausting. It's annoying. It's exhausting. I'm bored. I'm bored.
You know what's tiring? Where black people and white people don't ever think that they are exactly the same type of people, right? They're just on different sides of the coin. Because here's the thing, right? How would I say that white people could understand? Because white people can say that, wow, I see so many black people in the movies, so many black people on TV, so many black people in commercials, so many black people here, so you know what? I'm fatigued. I see some black people everywhere. I find it's like, and this is the thing where you also hear black people say, oh, white people can't stop talking about us. Black people can't stop talking about white people. I mean, on social media, right? I don't think a day doesn't go by where a black person isn't talking about a white person. You people think exactly the same. And that's the hypocrisy where, because you guys can't get along, you guys can't unify, you don't see that you guys are exactly the same, right? You guys think exactly the same. You guys say exactly the same thing, right? The whole thing, black fatigue, it's literally, she's saying the same thing with white people. And it's like, I'm like, get over it, right? It's either, you guys go have a civil war or get over it. I mean, like, this is tiring. When I was growing up in like the 80s, the 90s, every time I'm watching something, I'm not thinking, where's the Asian people in here, right? Where's Asian people in this? I'm not thinking about that because I don't give a shit, right? If this is enjoyable, it's enjoyable. And it's like, seriously, you want to watch, you can watch. This is the thing where, because you're seeking, right? You're seeking issues. This is the victimhood I hate, right? This is the victimhood I'm tired about. You are trying to find issues to talk about. Because God forbid, we have Netflix, we have so many things, we have YouTube, we have so many things where, you know what, if you want to see only a particular group of people, you can. But like people like this, they're seeking, right, to find outrage. Because here's the thing, right? We live in a predominantly white country. It's amazing to me that only in the US, where it's the minority, wishing that, you know what, they can see them as the majority. Imagine this, right? Imagine a white person going to Africa, and like everything he sees around him, TV, everything, he's like, God, there's so many black people here. There's so many black people here. I wish that, you know what, I wish when I turn on the TV, I wish I walk outside and I'm seeing like this. What would you say to that person? Go back to your country, go back to a white country, right? A black person would say that shit. So no different than what a white person would say. It's like, you people do not understand. You say the exact rhetoric to the same people you hate. You say the same talking points that white people say. White people say the same talking points that black people say. You're just changing up the race. And this is the problem. I wish more people, when they say certain things out of their mouth, how about try to apply that to different scenarios, right? So everything she said in her mouth, coming out of her mouth, how about switch it and switch it up, right? Switch it up and say, switch it up and think, well, how would you feel if a white person came online and said exactly the same thing, but just say black people? I see black people everywhere. This, exactly the same thing you said. Would you not call that racist? Would you not call that racist? Would you not call that out? I mean, like, I don't understand how people really don't think about the things they're saying. Because when I see so many content by black people, by white people, you guys exactly say the same thing. Stop hating on each other. It's tiring.
Watch until the end.
What do you guys think? Was the mother wrong for that? Was the mother wrong for that? Please tell me, right? I would love to know your opinion. Because now, from my opinion, no, she wasn't. She wasn't. This is a thing where I don't view that as abuse. I view that as discipline. I view that as instilling respect and fear into you. I think, personal opinion, I think white people have ruined parenting. They have introduced soft parenting, and what do we have? We have a generation of really messed up children now. Really. I mean, you can say that, oh, the adults that come out of it are messed up, but I don't think so. I think millennials are the last great generation, in my opinion. I think millennials are the last great generation. Now, society has made them probably soft and, you know, weak, but I still think that they are the last of a great generation. Because I think white people have affected minorities in how they parent, where we are not instilling our children, right, with respect and fear. Okay, fear for authority, respect for authority. This is the thing where I get it. Okay, there's a line to it. Abuse and discipline. There's a line. These young girls were acting like adults. They were disrespectful. They were saying the N-word, talking about sex, talking about. No, you shouldn't be doing that shit. You think you're an adult? Well, you're gonna get punishments like it, right? And that's why I don't think disciplining children like this isn't wrong. I don't. I mean, again. There is, you know, there are levels. There are levels. There's a line to it. You can cross it, and it will be clear abuse. But things like this, it's when you know that parents love them, it's not, because you can see how they're going about it and why. Right? There's a reasoning. It's not like you're just abusing children. See, this is the thing where you're abusing children just to abuse them. No, this is your disciplining children so they can learn, so they know that they're wrong, so they understand that, you know what, this is bad behavior. This is not right. This is not right behavior. They don't have respect for authority. They have no fear for doing stupid shit. That's why right now, one of the things I listen to New York is suffering from is like kids are riding on trains and they're dying from it. Kids are doing that. They're stupid, right? You should fear stupidity. You should fear stupidity. You should fear being stupid. Back in my day, parents say, oh, would you want to, you know, if your friends jump off of a bridge, would you do that too? You fear stupidity, right? You respect authority. You don't do stupid things because, you know, you fear and respect authority. So I think she was right for it.
This restaurant in Chinatown is a 0 out of 10 strictly off customer service. I felt like they didn't want me to sit in their establishment. I don't know why, but that's the vibe that it gave.
I want to say, right, if you watch that about 10-minute clip, what would you think? Would you think they're racist? Be honest with me, okay? Before I continue, would you think they're racist? Would that be the vibe you're getting from that video? Because this is a thing where, in honesty, it is her ignorance. Check this out. So, she put this in her caption. Let's check it out. This restaurant was a 0 out of 10 strictly because of customer service. When I came in and started recording, they didn't even realize I was there, which was okay, but not great customer service. Then I asked them, did they have pho? They said no. I said, well, what do you have? She passes me the menu with an attitude. So I ordered rice cakes just to try. Then I went to sit down in the booth. Tell me why when she brung my food out, she brung it in a to-go bag. Like, I couldn't sit in her restaurant. Now I don't know if they usually do this or not. I just didn't like it. Like that. This right here is the ignorance. Where so many people don't realize that, you know, maybe it's not because people are racist to you. Maybe because, you know, you are ignorant to people. All right? Because, again, you don't know. Fine. Cool. You group all Asian together. So, you go to a Chinese restaurant asking for a Vietnamese dish. When, in all honesty, this is Chinatown, Philly Chinatown. You could have gone a couple miles to Washington where there's more a Vietnamese area. That you could get pho there. But you chose to go to Chinatown and honestly kind of disrespect them by saying, do they have a different Asian food? Now, if they were a fusion cuisine place, then okay. But they weren't. Okay? And in my honest opinion, not many places like you go in there and you start recording their place. Right? I think that's also a bit disrespectful. At least, you know, they don't know about it. And again, add on that, add on this, you know, add on what do they have to eat. You should have, I don't know, asked for a menu instead of like want them to list the dish for you. I just find it like her ignorance is showing. And I'm not saying, right, if you didn't perceive that as potentially pushing a racist narrative, fine. But in my opinion, I would believe if you only saw 10 seconds of that clip, if you only saw that clip, not with all this context, I believe in today's day and age, most people would view it as racist. That's what I would come off, right? That's how society is building these kind of narratives. So But what do you think? If it didn't come off racist to you, maybe I'm being jaded, right? But I kind of think so. Plus, even by her description, didn't even seem like she got the hint.
Damn, how much she need? That's enough. Damn.
It's only a little bit.
That damn little paper plate ain't over so many pounds. Oh, hell.
Journey,
no.
you know everybody else ain't ate yet, right?
Grandma, it's still enough up in there. Let me give me a few more.
A few more school.
Matter of fact, where that damn spatula? I'm gonna hit her ass with a spatula.
She need to be. That's enough now. You need to chill out. Come on now.
A little bit.
That'll be a family of 20 in Africa.
That shit was funny. I mean, and the uncle was saying some great liners. But on a serious note, that shit should have been checked. That should have been checked. One of the biggest problems in the black community is diabetes and obesity. That should have been checked. Instead of recording your granddaughter, like literally killing herself with food, you should have stopped it after the first scoop. After the first scoop. I mean, at very least the second. Come on. She had four huge scoops. I mean, that's, I get it. There's love, but there's also ignorance. This is a big problem in the black community. They have, I believe, they are the community that's suffering the most from obesity. And I get it, okay? I'm not saying that I don't understand. Is that, when my mom, and I love her to death, but she, I don't know if I was called bad parenting or whatever, but it's ignorance, where she would overfeed you, but also tell you that, that you get fat and stuff. But because their love is, acts of service, they want to feed you, they want you not to be hungry, but they don't realize that they're also pushing you to overeat and not realize it. Because on the one hand, they push you to overeat, right? If you're too skinny, if you don't eat enough, but they also criticize you if you're fat. That's Asian parents for you. But this is the thing where a lot of parents don't realize that a lot of even if it comes from love, the results is very unhealthy, it's not good for them. So you can always see that she's pretty big for, I'm assuming a little kid. I've seen some little kids that are huge. So yeah, this stuff like that's a detriment. And sometimes we have to take charge of people, right? Why the government does it, because if we leave people to their own devices, usually they're self-destructive and sometimes not even knowing it. I always like to show the other side because we always get, women pushing one side, talking about men fanboys, right? But we always negate fangirls, right? I mean, recently we had women with the K-pop thing talking about how men are K-pop fans, and how crazy they are, but women are just as crazy. Women could be even crazier sometimes. And I've always promoted this, where I don't believe in worshiping anybody. To be honest, I haven't really became a fan of anyone since I passed the age of a teenager. No actor, no artist, no one. I'm such a crazy fanboy for it. I haven't. Maybe for a little while I was a fanboy of Marvel, but you know how that turned out. So, being a fanboy isn't always crack up to be. So that I learned my lesson from that. So I always promote the thing where I don't worship nobody. No hero in my life, right? I don't view anyone as a hero, as an idol, as a god to be worshipped. If I see them, I will faint. No one is worth that. We need to stop idolizing these people. I mean, yes, they're talented, they're special, but honestly, they're not gods. Okay, and they give a shit about you. You're gonna faint for someone who doesn't even know your name? You're gonna go crazy for someone who doesn't even know you exist? No, that's stupid. So, this has been with that culture where you could be fanboys, fangirls for whatever. No, I think it's too much, right? I mean, not like I'm a geek, so I love things, but I don't love certain things to such a degree where, I'm gonna faint for something, or I'm gonna, I don't know, go crazy for somebody, right? Someone particular. Particularly, I don't put any human being, right? Any human being on a pedestal. I don't, and I think that's a dangerous thing. Okay, so that's why you can't be surprised that we've had cults We had, you know, how extreme people are when it comes to politics. So putting people on a pedestal is a dangerous thing. Okay, it might seem like I'm a party pooper, right? Whatever, I don't care. But this is the observation that I see in modern day society. Women perpetuate everything, or at least a lot of the things. I find the hypocrisy that women complain that men sexualize them. Women complain that men only care about sex. That men, you know, all they care about is sex, right? Think about sex. You know, sexually objectify women. All the complaints women have, or don't want to commit to them, just want to have sex with them. All that shit. Yeah, at the end of the day, women neglect that they perpetuate all these stereotypes or all these images, all these ideology. Women push, you know, it's the sexualization of themselves onto society. They over-sexualize themselves. They do it. And I think this comes with the whole, the victim blaming narrative. You shouldn't blame me for how you view me. You shouldn't blame me for how you treat me. When honestly, now I'm not saying that anyone deserves to be treated purely because of things they say or how they dress. I'm not saying that they deserve it. But the problem is that we constantly neglect that you may have a hand in the outcomes you receive. Just like the whole, let's say something happens to a woman, right? A heinous act, right? The rape. If it happens to a woman, and I'm not saying she deserves it, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that no one ever recognized that maybe you have a part in the outcome you received. Okay, again, I'm not saying you deserve it, but this is the problem where you can't do better if you don't recognize maybe your flaws or your faults or some self-reflection. What did you do to contribute to a situation that, you know, came about? Like not even that situation, right? Just any situation, right? Because it helps you learn that maybe you won't do that the second time. Okay, so let's hypothetically, right? Like I said, if you come in late every day from work and you get fired, to blame that, you know what, this person is like a tyrant, this person is terrible, this person, you know, abuses their power, whatever. Instead of, you know, doing that, maybe it's because I'm coming. Maybe a big contributing factor to, I don't know, why I got fired is that I'm coming to work late so often, right? Now, I'm not saying it's exactly the same level of a correlation to, you know, something terrible happened to a woman, but it's the idea I'm talking about, where we should recognize what faults do we have, what role are we playing in the outcomes in our lives. So, like I said, women over-sexualize themselves. Women, you know, pretty much every act women go about is very sexualized, right? And they do things to perpetuate that. So you can't be surprised that now men will view you in the light of a very sexualized being. Okay, I'm not saying men will probably do it anyway, but when you contribute to it, when you perpetuate it, you definitely have a hand in it. You definitely can't complain about it when you contribute to it, because it's just like, let's say, an OF model complaining about men sexualizing her. You are making money off of people sexualizing you, and then you have the audacity, entitlement to complain about it. That's the thing what I'm talking about, where let's have some self-reflection. Let's take accountability for our said actions, and possibly for the outcomes that result in our lives.
Know this guy? This used to be my bully in middle school. Aren't you the guy who used to call me a buck tooth, flat chest, flat butt, bitch, with a gap? No. In middle school? I'm not going to say middle school. Now that you see me all these years later, would you date me? I guess you didn't hear me. I said, now that you see me all these years later, would you date me? Nigga, answer the question before I get mad right now, that ass. Yeah. Thought so. You better run away.
I always like to preference any crazy, really fallout video is maybe it's a skit, but it doesn't, from what I look, right, it doesn't look like it, but it could be. But I've said this, nothing's original. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not, right? This is the thing where people will, I don't know, go to whatever extreme. You can see that she brought a lot of trauma. I mean, I just want to say, if it's true, here's a woman that's an example that they bring a lot of trauma. I don't believe a lot of women actually go on a healing journey. I believe a lot of them carry that trauma throughout their life. So why would I say, and I've said this before, as women age, they become bigger red flags. It's because of those traumas. It makes them bitter, makes them resentful, angry, combative, aggressive, all these negative traits. So yeah, that's the thing I've seen a lot, where I don't believe a lot of women actually heal from their traumas or actually improve from their traumas. So this is the negativity that I see, the bad results that I'm not saying this particular case, but through women's actions, like choosing the type of men they want to deal with, that's what they get. Now, if it's true, like if she was bullied and stuff like that, I get it, right? That's a bad thing. You know, of course, that's not something that's in your control to, you know, how it happened. But it's also in your control how to fix it, right? And in your control to how to persevere from it or improve from it. So, yeah, and her doing this is like not really how to go about it, and it's crazy. Again, if it's true, see how, you know, women can scare men and, you know, be too much. You didn't have a visitor. You had another human being enjoying a public space. He didn't come visit you. This is the thing where this is why sometimes it's hard to trust women completely when they say their stories, right? Because I believe a lot of women are suffering from a main character syndrome, where they believe the world around them, they are the main character. No one should interact with them if it's not meant to be. It's like, you shouldn't be in my space. It's like, everything's about you. Okay, everything's about you. You know, you walk the street. If someone walk close to you, they're invading your space. This is the problem. So many women, and I think this is why a lot of women even hate on men, because they perceive that men are invading their space. You are too close to me. Okay, when you're in the real world, you are, you are going to the same place I'm going to in public spaces. I think that's why a lot of women hate on men, when they think that men should not belong or should not be in the same places they are in. A lot of women, I'm not even necessarily even talking about her, it's just like the mindset. A lot of women think that they are old, or the world is theirs. Okay, these places, wherever they are, it's theirs, it belongs to them. Okay, so you are invading my space, you are dangerous, you are whatever. I think this is just, again, it's part of the whole egotistical, narcissistic main character syndrome that I believe a lot of women, maybe not crazy amount, but I believe a decent amount of women are suffering from. Okay, because this man looks like he's just, taking a break, right? Maybe taking a break, getting a little bit of a, exercise from a long day or whatever, a spare time, and on his way. Being cordial, saying hi and bye is not visiting. It's not because, it's not really because of you. It's just being a nice person, being a cordial person, saying hi and bye to the people that's around you, right? That you are essentially, occupying the same space as them. So you be cordial, you be nice. But women think that, oh my God, no one's around. This man is, I don't know, something's wrong. Man, this man is like too close to me, or whatever, right? I think it's crazy.